Well, not to be depressing, but here's the truth and something you should keep in mind over the next few years. The United States, two things to keep in mind. The United States is moving, not inexorably, but still moving toward civil war, number one. And number two, civil wars are the very worst kind of wars, worse than any kind of war fought against a foreign adversary. So to number one, why is America moving towards civil war? For the same reason all countries that wind up in civil war get there, because the differences between their population, between people within their borders, becomes too great to bear. People decide, I have nothing in common with the people who live near me, and I don't want to live near them anymore. In other words, diversity, difference, is actually intolerable to most people. So what would happen if it came apart? What would happen if there were a civil war? Well, the first thing to know is it would be incredibly violent, because wars are by nature violent, and civil wars especially so. Violent and crazy. So if you want to prevent a civil war, figure out what everybody, or at least the bulk of the people in your nation, have in common, and emphasize that. And so what would that be in our case? Hard to know. In fact, at this stage, really the only realistic hope for national unity is spiritual revival. In fact, at this stage, really the only realistic hope for national unity is spiritual revival. Is a place where most Americans wake up to realize that God exists and created every single person in the United States of America. And that's what we have in common, our humanity. Not because our common humanity is meaningful by itself, but because our common humanity comes from God and we're created in his image. And only when people truly realize that will they hesitate before killing each other.